My name's Mark Warren. Role in the IT recruitment industry, well, I don't know, that's a tough one. I've been in it for a long time, 25 years. I was a recruitment consultant for probably 20 of those. And the last 5 years I've been a co-founder of Younity, and I manage the Auckland delivery team, so manage a team of about 10 here. Business analysis is always quite a strong stream. Development, from a development perspective, we're not just talking about the traditional Java and .NET. There's sort of broader integration technologies, cloud technologies that are got a real stronghold now. What else? Probably the other area is data. So data is something that links to so much in any sort of IT architecture. That's been huge. That's been a real growth area. Well, cybersecurity is huge. You only have to sort of click on a few sort of news reports that we're getting reasonably regularly about hackers being very active. You only have to open up your own desktop and you see phishing going on all the time. So you imagine that on a sort of a very grand scale, when there's a lot of organisations that have got cloud-based technologies where they're storing very sensitive data. Cybersecurity is massive, and it's a very evolving sort of area. Not just because of the technology is always getting better, but because these hackers are getting better. So people are getting better at getting in. So yeah. I mean, I think what I've just described is sort of an area of it in the fact that there's some areas that don't change. Business analysis has always been a very strong area. In itself, it's changed because business analysis has gone a lot more. There's an agile flavour to that. Agile is a way of working, essentially. So that's changed. But generally, business analysis has been reasonably steady. As I mentioned, you mentioned cybersecurity. Yeah, that's grown. Data has grown. Data has grown because we're at the advent of AI, and for AI to be successful or to be stood up in an organisation, the data is an area that really needs to be looked at to provide the information that AI can operate on. So that's an area. And as I say, cloud-based technologies, cloud infrastructure, has been steadily increasing for probably the last decade. That's the advice I would give them. It's something that I think you need to have a passion for. Don't be afraid that it's just pure technology and you can't be creative. That's rubbish. You definitely can be creative. The technology is changing hugely. So it's getting closer to the business. Technology is getting closer to the business because I think we've probably over the last sort of 5 to 10 years have realised that IT can't be beneath stairs anymore with these guys that just produce this beautiful software that sometimes doesn't relate to a business need. They've been brought together, and IT and technology and technical people are now working in collaboration out there within businesses, actually getting quite close to the business change that they're helping to affect. So don't think that IT is sat behind two screens, technology is just sat behind two screens and that's it. You don't sort of interact. You do hugely and much more now. But my advice to anyone wanting to get into IT or into technology is definitely do it. It's a growth industry. You're always going to be learning because technology does not stand still. And if you're someone who wants to continuously learn and continuously develop, it's perfect for you. Yeah. I don't know, and I don't think anyone does. frankly. It's exciting, a little bit scary, but exciting. I think there's a lot of organisations out there now that are very well into exploration, and they've looked at automation. They've messed around with, I mean, you see chatbots and things like that. You know, this is not like this is fully new. This technology is out there, it is being used, but we're sort of looking at, I think, the next wave, and I don't think anyone knows what that next wave is going to hold, or the implications it's going to have for the IT job market. Well, the market, as we've discussed, it's tough. However, technology is usually one of the early sort of recovery areas, if that makes any sense. It's one of the areas that an organisation, when it's been through a cost-cutting exercise and wants to start to maybe been through that, wants to start ramping up again, is one of those areas that tends to be early doors. Yeah, because it's a good way to gain competitive advantage. But IT professionals today, I think some of the big challenges are what I see as an advantage in the fact that these guys are now sort of much more working in collaboration with the business and being much more visible and out there in the business. For some, that is a challenge. For some people, that is a challenge. But I think this is a challenge that the people that we see and we talk to out there are facing admirably and doing really well. Is it a challenge that it's constantly changing? You could probably look at it that way, but I think most people who have got a technology bent and enjoy technology and work in it probably see that as an advantage, and that's quite cool. Passion. So someone who wants to build something, because a lot of IT technology roles will be the creation of a product or the creation of a system or a way of working or a creation of a tool that will help a process. You've got to be passionate about that. I think you don't have to be, but I think the best IT professionals are, and they take a lot of pride in their work, and they take a lot of responsibility to continuously develop and expand their skill sets and apply themselves to and be open-minded to different technologies and different ways of doing things. Continuous learning is absolutely essential. If you don't want to continuously learn, it's probably not the best job for you or career choice for you. But if you do enjoy continuous learning, it is spot on. Professional development, of course, why not? You know, depending on what it is, I think I would always be. I'm a big believer in professional development should be useful for you in your role, and also be something that you're genuinely interested in and genuinely have a yearning to do. But now, of course, that's absolutely great, and no one's going to turn their nose up at someone who's trying to develop themselves or trying to continuously learn. Yeah, let's face it, that's amazing. So I think I touched on that earlier, and the fact that there's been a lot of there's been a huge move for technology to become closer to the business and to be in and amongst the business and work collaboratively with people from the business. So of course then soft skills are essential. You need to be able to almost interpret and translate sort of business requirements, for want of a better phrase, into technical specifications. So the ability to look and to be able to understand and communicate the technical aspect of what you need, what we need to do to solve your business problem is huge. And then there's just general collaboration, just being able to sort of brainstorm with people and to There's got to be give and take. I think the days of, maybe there's some technical people that might have had the stereotype of a little bit nose in the air, they don't know what they're talking about. I don't think technical people do that anymore, because it's their job to explain and make sure that you know what I'm talking about, because you don't need to go into real sort of code level speak. You interpret, and you're talking about a business problem that you're trying to solve. So yeah, I think it's essential. I'm not a technical person myself, but I've worked in this industry for 25 years now. I think if you're someone that enjoys an industry that's constantly evolving, if you're someone that enjoys creating things and things that you can see in action, if you enjoy a little bit of cut and thrust of project world as well, when the rubber hits the road and it can get a little bit, it's all on, it's quite dynamic. There's a lot of moving parts. Again, fantastic. Technology is going nowhere. It's a space that is going to grow and grow, because let's face it, how you compare the technology you've got in your life compared to 20 years ago, well, there's your answer. It will continue to grow. So I would highly recommend it. And I think most people who've got a passion for it and enjoy it and stay in it and develop within it and keep learning, never look back. It's all good.